Hello, I'm April, and welcome to the 5-minute grant making sessions. First steps in budgeting for grants. So, the very first steps is to budget for the design, meaning that we're going to start by designing the ideal project, the best possible project we can design for the solicitation. And then from there, we're going to create a budget for that design. So we'll keep in this initial design a broad idea of the scope. Is it a large funding opportunity with many millions of dollars? Is it a small opportunity with $50,000? We'll have these ideas in mind, but we'll still just go broadly into what would be the ideal for us. And then once we get to this ideal design, then we start just marking what has a cost here. I'm going to have people involved. I'm going to have human subjects, travel, software. What in my design has a cost? We literally just mark that, and then we try to, get some exact amounts for that. Once we have that, then the second step is now to design for the budget. So again, the first step, we budget for the design. So the design is basically the goal. And then only in the second step, we will adjust the design for the budget. So maybe we'll find ourselves in a situation where we are over budget, and then we start adjusting the design to fit our budget, or under budget as well. So in the second stage, we can start being as specific as necessary, but again, without compromising the quality of the project. That's the ultimate goal. The ultimate goal is to really have the highest possible quality of the project, and thinking creatively around that in terms of budgeting. That's the process. And essentially, again, what in our design has a cost, but now what on our design can be adjusted. So we're looking at those costs and we're adjusting them. Can we adjust the time allocation of personnel, the amount of incentives for human subjects, the travel amount we're spending, or even the frequency of travel, and then the choices of software that we make? So these are the very, very first steps to going from scratch into creating a budget for grants. And then something else to keep in mind, where do I start, right? Is to really look at the solicitation requirements and guidelines. That's really the first point. It's okay, I'm submitting for a $50,000 opportunity. They want, a research project, and they want maybe this kind of methodology. Maybe they'll guide you through that. That will ultimately get you to the design, which will get you to the budget and the cost. And then we'll review the design of the project, going always from broad to specific at the first stage. It's similarly when designing, it's really not about trying to look at the budget and how much we have and then trying to fit something in there. It's really about going from the ideal project into the specific budget at the end. So thinking about what's your capacity and the time you have available for the project. What's the institution resources available to you? Is any of that going to cost anything? Is it included in the facilities and administrative costs? Those are things that you can add to your thought process. What's the capacity of collaborators and partners? Can they invest a lot of time? Should they invest a lot of time? How does that come into your design? What's the realistic feasibility of the things that you're thinking about? The number of participants or human subjects, is it feasible to have that amount of people involved? The activities, are the activities feasible, or are you going to have problems with costs with transportation, for example, because you want to get a lot of people to a specific site, and that will be hard, so you have to think about that. Is travel and dissemination activities feasible? Can you travel that amount of time? Is that not going to interrupt other activities you have? Is that really what the project needs? And in the end, what you're doing is really making a simple list of items in the project. Really a simple list of items in your design, what has a cost, and then go from there. Again, the idea is to start with an ideal project, the highest possible quality project you can think of in terms of the methodology you choose, the design of participants, analysis, use of software. All of that should be the best possible design you can think of, and then from there you check what has a cost, and then you adjust if necessary into the budget at the end. So this is it for this video. We'll have more budgeting videos coming up. I'll see you in the next video.